Kaleb, 3-1 after non-conference play, heading to Southern Miss this week. What's the feeling around this team after that start?
A lot of energy. I think there's a lot of hunger too, though. The reason we all came, we want to win a Sun Belt Conference championship, so that journey starts this week. So really, it's a kind of a new page in the season, and you just felt the excitement coming in today to practice because we know the mission that we're after, and it starts with Southern Miss this week.
You know, with that game on Saturday, going down 17-0, and then being able to come back and finish it in the second half. What did you learn about this team? What did you learn about your teammates after overcoming that?
I think I already knew what the players. I think I already knew what we were about. I think the biggest response I saw was from the coaches, actually. When you see Coach Kenny calm and relax, all the troops are calm and relaxed. So the leadership, as far as our coaches, just trickulated all the way down to the players. There was no panic. And when we came out in the second half, we know what we needed to do and what we needed to execute, and we were able to come out and do that, and that's always a good feeling.
You know, coming in and adjusting to Jonathan Packey's defense, what has that been like for you? The man coverage, was it more of an increased role for you as a corner? Is it something you're already used to from where you came, or what's that been like for you?
I think I haven't played with a DC that pressures as much, but at corner in the nation, I mean, you can only do 5 coverages, man, cover 3, cover 2. So you can't. Wherever you go, you're going to play about the same amount of coverages. It's probably we do play a lot more man, so it's a little bit more pressure, but it's not anything that I haven't done though.
You know, in the first half, y'all kind of took y'all's lumps, but in the second half, y'all stopped Nevada on 5 straight possessions. Just what was it about that defense being able to play that complementary football?
Once we saw Joey score, you just felt it on the defense, man. We need to go get a stop, and then offense scored again, and then we get a stop. So that's where I think you're talking about the complementary football. The energy's flowing from offense to defense, and really I think it was offense coming out first drive, 4th down, conversion, and then getting an NFL throw from Finley to Joey in the back of the end zone. I mean, when you see plays like that, it just ignites your defense because if we give them the ball back, they're going to keep on doing that, and that's exactly what they did.
A lot of talk about during that halftime was there was just no panic. Was it about like when you get into this situation, you're trailing 17-0, and there is no panic within that locker room?
I think it just says a lot. I wouldn't say that there wasn't any emotion. It was definitely some emotion, like we're not playing up to our standard. There are things that we left out there as a team as far as the pick six and struggling on 3rd down and having some penalties that really hurt us. So we knew that what was happening was self-inflicted. And so once we knew that if we took care of what we needed to do, then we would end up with the kind of outcome that we had coming into the second half.
Jumping into conference play this week, what have you seen from Southern Miss offense?
They're big up front. Probably the best O-line we've played so far as from tackle to tackle. They like to run the ball. Frank Gore is getting more healthy, so I know they want to run him more. And they're going to lean on the run game. And so coming into this week, it's all about stopping the run and then going from there.
The DB unit, it's a pretty feisty bunch. We were just talking to AJ about it, especially Josh Eaton. Seems like he's a real feisty guy. It's like playing with these guys with all that energy. And what goes behind that energy? Is just confidence, or what would you say?
I think it's just who they are. I think there are certain guys that are more quieter in the room. I mean, Chris Mills, he's locked in, but he doesn't say a word. With Josh, he's at his best when he's rambunctious all around, all the energy. That's when he's at his best. Chris is at his best when he's not saying a dang thing. And Culp, same thing, like physical guy, better when he's just under control, eyes locked in. So there's certain guys that in our DB room, we just want you to be who you are. So if you're loud and you're bringing energy, be that. If you're locked in, you're quiet, be that. But I think our team and especially in the DB room, we mesh a lot because we allow ourselves to be who we are.
Notorious Spears out for the season. How big is that impact on the DBs?
I mean, we can't lie. I mean, that's an NFL type of player right there. So you're going to feel it when he's not on the field as far as his leadership. Settles people down, knows what he's doing, knows the calls, knows the checks. But, I mean, you see Culp. I mean, that's a first-team all-conference at his last goal, and he's coming in and accepting that role and playing well. So I think that we just have to have guys that have to step up, but his loss will for sure feel that.
That's kind of been the thing about next man up. When you have 3 captains out, just what is it about that mentality of next man up, as y'all head into conference play?
I think it's more about just the action of it. You can say next man up, but if the people behind aren't taking it serious or being prepared for that moment, then it's really not next man up. And I think that's the biggest thing that we've seen so far is when we've needed next man up mentality, the guys that have been waiting for their time or have been needing more time to play, they're coming up and they're stepping up and making plays. So that's really, I think it's more than the action and the saying, and people are working out that action.
First, road trip going on and playing to Southern Miss, just kind of how's that when you mixing up kind of the schedule, how does that affect y'all's? Or is it just like this is just a normal?
We love football. So we go play here, Florida, Mississippi, it don't matter. And at any time. So I think that's the cool thing with this team. We're going to be ready to go. We're going to be ready to go play in Mississippi. They say they got a good crowd, so we're excited for that. We like all eyes on us, and that's the mentality we're going to go into it.
3-1 start, heading into conference play. Just what is it going to take to get, as the goals that y'all set this offseason, what is it going to take to get where y'all want to meet them?
Just action. I think that's the biggest thing with Kenny. It's not a whole lot of talking. This is about doing it. And so at the end of the day, this is a good conference. Maybe people say probably the best conference as far as group of 5. So every week it's going to be tough. So it's not about what you're saying or the rah-rah stuff. It's about, are you coming in practice and doing what you need to do throughout the week to be successful on Saturday. And so that's where our heads are at.